The sound of Johannesburg is extremely eclectic. We love to sing and we love to dance because it's one way to get ourselves away from just the memories and the issues that we've got in our country. So Johannesburg is the most eclectic city in South Africa, and if you know the background of South Africa, you know that there's all sorts of different races and different nationalities that all live in the same city. Yeah, I definitely feel like I represent Johannesburg, particularly in my music, because my music is African-inspired techno. And also to make it in Johannesburg is a really big deal because Johannesburg is like the New York, it's like the London, not only of South Africa, but of Africa. So to make it in Johannesburg is a really big deal. The music basically, over the last 20 years, it started off where big DJs like Oskido and the whole Kalawa Jasmine crew would take big house records and slow them down and rap over them, and that's how kwaito started. And as time moved on, we sped up the music to a point now where we're playing in between 120 BPM and 125 BPM. So South Africans love to sing and dance, and it doesn't really matter what it is as long as it sounds good. So Jozi is basically like the economic hub of South Africa. It's called the City of Gold, so which basically means that everyone that is here in one way or another is hunting and digging for gold. So the energy and the hustle of the city is, you can't compare it to anything else on the African continent. It definitely translates to the music because all your friends and your peers all come from different environments. You'll be at work and your friends will be playing pop. At home, your family will be playing local jazz, soul music from like Motown stuff. And then when you're with your friends, they're playing kwaito, hip hop. So they obviously influence your musical taste. And within that, you fuse what you like with what they like and with what you've heard from other people. So it's just one of those cities, man, where if you are lazy and you just want to chill, it's not the place for you because everyone else around you has an agenda. So if you want to think where the history of South African music comes from, this area here is very iconic because some of the biggest jazz artists and the biggest jazz musicians either played here or came from this area of Johannesburg. Jazz music initially was dance music because that's what our parents and their parents used to go out and dance to. And 90% of us, the first introduction that we have to any music genre is jazz, South African local jazz. The history of South Africa, the history of Johannesburg is so painful that it can only be rich, the music that comes out of the country. It's the escapism. You can sing and you can dance to forget about your worries and your woes. So that's what music is, and that's how music is important, and that's why music is so big in Johannesburg. Electronic music grew with the growth of the DJ. So the more popular DJs became, the more popular the genre became. Any kid that grows up, you want to ask them, what do you want to do? 90% of them will tell you DJing is in their top 5 list of things that they want to do. I mean, I just look at what it's done for me in my personal life. What I do has inspired other kids to get into the studio and to produce. Then what we're doing with the Bridges for Music, it's giving the skills back to people that wouldn't ordinarily have them or have access to those skills. How does one get out of a situation like this? You find the thing that you're most passionate about and you literally zero in on it and you focus on it and you use it to inspire yourself and to inspire others and to get yourself out of your present situation. This place is relevant because this is where the youth hangs out. So anything that's going to happen in South Africa will basically start off in Braamfontein as a sneeze, and then the whole country will catch a cold. So the music scene in Johannesburg at the moment is currently very, very exciting. There's a lot of different producers and DJs coming up with different sounds. And it's all globally appealing yet locally relevant material. I was also very confused because we're so Western influenced until I took a flights and went overseas to Europe to figure out like what it is that a South African needs to do. And it's very simple. Like I left what the rest of the world was looking for back home. And as South Africans, we've got that vibe. Especially if you live in Johannesburg, you are in arguably the best place to be able to nurture your sound and carve your sound and then export it to the rest of the world, because the rest of the world is looking for something that's different, something that's unique. And South Africa, we've got it.